going on? You're hanging out with PhiLL Kross, and we're doing it. The show goes on where we get the opportunity to connect with superstars, entertainment professionals, and how they're navigating COVID-19. Today we're kicking it with a longtime buddy of mine. I love this guy. We go way back. We got a history, man. Rich Keller's in the building, but let me tell you a little bit about Rich first before I bring him in. Rich is a 4-time award-winning nominated mixer and producer with over 29 platinum albums. I want you to think about that. 29 platinum albums and over 75 million albums sold to date. Woof! It's a lot of albums sold. Some of the projects he's been involved with include Diddy. He was Diddy's guy for 6 years. Nipsey Hussle, DMX, Jay-Z, Nas, Alicia Keys, Swizz Beatz, Notorious BIG, Lil Wayne, Mariah Carey, Method Man, Jada Kiss, Snoop Dogg, Chris Brown, Rick Ross, The Boss, and a lot of other superstars. So he's done a lot of work. He's had a lot of success, and he's here today to chat with us. Rich, are you there, baby?
Yeah, I'm here, Phil. How are you, man? Great to see you.
Good to see you too, man. You're looking good.
Yeah, a little, quarantine beard, but yeah, man, thanks.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I don't normally rock it, but I got my quarantine beard going on as well, man. So we're matching. We're looking sexy together today. So tell me a little bit about what's going on right now in the country. There's a lot of confusion, and people are maybe unsure about things, which is why it's great to connect with people like you and get opinions from other people that are in the music industry on a professional level, and to hear your wisdom and your thoughts. Question number 1. What is COVID-19? Is COVID-19 a natural phenomenon, a military bioweapon, a conspiracy that was accidentally or purposely released by a secret society, or is it number 4? Is it the 5G network? Did they release the freaking 5G network and that's creating this whole thing? Which one is it?
In my personal, humble, and unprofessional medical opinion, I think it is, what it appears to be. Transmission from a wild animal to a human in an unsavory situation, a live market. And that, it's not the first time and it won't be the last time. So interacting with wildlife, you get these things, they happen, and countries lying about them, not doing the right thing, not understanding how, our world is connected with everyone. We're all connected. It is a global city, a global society. And we're, so people moving around, these things are going to happen, man. It's how we deal with them that's important.
So let me ask you another thing. A lot of people in the music industry rely heavily on traveling, collaborating in person, being in the room. You, if anybody, know more than anything about being in the room and the vibe of being around somebody that's in the room with you while you're making a piece of art. Since COVID-19 is here and it's impacted us, and this pandemic, unfortunately, is real, how has this affected your workflow, Rich Keller's workflow, and how are you overcoming it?
I think I'm fortunate in that way that I've been virtual for a long time now. I mean, gone are the days of the big multi-room facilities like Sony or Hit Factory, or at least in New York, and any of them. And there's a few, of course, in LA, there's a few major studios, but still, that's not the meeting ground, the stomping ground. I mean, I've been mixing virtually for the last, 6-7 years, now that once technology came up to the task, I mean, I've mixed for people around the world. And unfortunately, I sit alone in my basement a lot doing exactly what we're doing right now. That's why I got the 1080 camera to stick on my computer, so I can stream my Pro Tools anywhere and rock with people. And I am working globally. So for me personally, my end, mixing and producing, and as well having meetings and showcasing artists, bringing artists to industry, that type of thing. It's a digital world, and I've been rocking in it. I've got a few artists that I've signed to my production company, and what I do with them, I'm supporting them. I've given advances and helping them out and making sure they're cool, and they've got places they can go record where they are. And I'm hiring videographers to, move around and do work with them. So it's, I've got some artists in different places in the country doing different things, and, I'm supporting them that way.
I was just going to ask you, how can people in the music industry support other people, other younger guys coming up in the music industry? And it sounds like you're already doing that by investing in talent and giving them money and other stuff.
Yep. My write-offs are going to be big this year. So, I'm producing videos, which is like, okay, so I got to find a guy in Tampa who shoots video. Spend the day on the phone finding the connections to get there. Is he the right guy? Check out everybody's reels. So it's a good time to to get some young artists if you have resources. And you know, life's been good to me, so I do, and get some young artists together and work.
Do you have any advice for people that are at home in the room where they're freaking out, where they're like, man, you know, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out into public. What's advice for those people?
Dig deep, man. You got to dig deep inside. If you make art for a living, if that's what soothes your brain, if that's what your therapy is, then you got to do more of it. You know what I mean? And you got to dig deep and do it. That's really it. And the other thing is, like, you know, as terrible as it is to my kids had to, you know, I've got two kids in college and they both had to come home. All right. The silver lining here is like, well, it's a drag for them that they had to come home for their lives. They're getting, you know, flying out the nest and living life great. But it's also great to be close to your family and be together. Like, I mean, for some families, that's not a good thing. But once again, I'm fortunate, you know, I've been blessed and it's been great to have this time together. You know, we've been able to nurture each other and help each other.
All really good advice. And from the heart. When you're a guy, you give a lot of wisdom from the heart, and we appreciate that. Tell everybody your website so everybody can go and learn more about you.
RichKellermusic.com.
I can't wait till this is over so you and I can get back in the room and get making some badass music together.
That's why I love you, Phil.
That's why I love you too, man. If you get the opportunity to ever work with this guy, my advice to you is jump at it. If you get that moment, I think you'll see different colors in the world. So, Rich, thank you for coming on and taking the time for us. It's always appreciated.
Thanks for the call.